Hello. Haven't done any updates lately because there's nothing I can say publicly. Sometimes you just have to keep your story to yourself, and this is a cycle where the best thing for all involved is modesty, privacy, dignity. So, I don't know what's going to come out while I'm driving to work. And I don't know if I'm even going to upload as usual. I have done a few videos since, but they didn't make it. They didn't make the cut. And that's saying something, considering I'm not really, I don't care what other people think. So a lot of videos make the cut that wouldn't make anybody else's channel's cut. But considering what is going on here, on the other hand, I am learning heaps about cycles. I am undoing my belief patterns. I am learning more about how life works, and that all the really cool stuff that's going on in the world, the big cool stuff, you know, the otherworldly stuff that is also part of all this. But the day-to-day stuff is all connected and part of it, and we need to just focus on where we're at and what we're learning. And it's not like once you recognize what you need to learn, you can just step up and, you know, learn it and move on. Some things are a process of, well, I recognize that part of myself that I need to evolve, that I need to grow, that I need to expand, and allow life to give you, put you through opportunities, put you through situations, you know, see how life is a mirror of what you are meant to learn, and that just recognizing it doesn't necessarily get you there. It just gives you the part that you recognize in the cycle, the part that you're conscious of in the cycle that you are learning, but it doesn't do the learning for you. You are living to do the learning. So as I go through my day, everyone is a mirror of what I'm learning, and I am their mirror of what they're learning, and recognizing we're all sort of in this cycle, and it's the most interesting cycle I've ever been in. But isn't every cycle that? Because it is all that you've never experienced before, or that you have never recognized before, or all that you know, it's new, it's always new. So every new cycle that you go into, you know, the day-to-day automatic habits and, you know, routines that you have are part of it, but they're slightly different because of what you're learning. So you can go through the same ritual that you do every single day that you're normally doing, and still life, you know, knows where to find you. You can't hide under the bed and escape what life is trying to teach you. It will find you. So you might as well embrace it, because it's happening anyway, and go, okay, let's do this. Let's be this student of life. Always, ever, this student of life. And by embracing it and accepting it as that's what it is, then when things come up, you're looking at how, you know, reasons for why it came up and how you can navigate it without suffering, how you can balance yourself, how you can, you know, not be extreme one way or the other while you go through these cycles. And once you're through them, a new one begins. So it's not like it ever ends. But life will keep showing you, giving you opportunities, because everything seems to be a mirror of that. Even very difficult to describe it, but you have the opportunity to scream like scream and resist and cry and say this is not fair, why is this happening, yada yada yada. Or you can go, alright, this is the classroom I'm in now, what am I learning, how can I ease the situation, what is my role in, you know, their issues, what is my role in my own issues, what have I learnt so far and what is beneficial, and you know, what is coming up that if I did things differently would not be as painful. And I'm finding that as big as the things that come up, and also realizing that there's big things going on in the world as well, that, you know, my contribution is the little seeds that I plant, and the process of going through my own life is all part of it, and it's all connected, and it's all quite amazing, and it's actually not as difficult as it used to be, because now I'm looking at it with a better perspective. So just trusting life. And then sometimes I'm like, oh my fucking God, I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. I trusted, and this horrible thing happened. And once I get to a stage of, okay, well, acceptance of that, acceptance of this, of the things coming up that other people are doing, that, can you guys hurry up? Because it's 100 zone and you're going 60. Very dangerous. Ironically, once you accept, again, I've got a car that helps me drive the point across and learn that I'm still learning. But if you accept that life is always, you know, giving you opportunities for you, for your own growth, and that growth does not necessarily mean happy, happy, joy, joy. You know, sometimes growth can be painful. In fact, the biggest growth that we have generally are the most painful experiences that we've been through, but that doesn't mean that we're looking for pain, you know. We're looking for ways to get through these, you know, big growth cycles with the least amount of suffering, you know. But making mistakes in life is part of it, you know, because you don't know until you know. And sometimes you have to go through and face life without knowing all the answers, because none of us do, to recognize what is serving us and what is no longer serving us, and what is better for humanity and what is better for our peace of mind. And, you know, just sometimes you have to make these, sometimes, all the time. It'd be a pretty boring life if you already knew the end result of what we're doing here and you went through life absolutely flawlessly. It takes practice, and it takes making mistakes, and it takes new, like, because everything's always new. Everything's always new. Nothing is the same as yesterday. You know, my mindset right now is different than it was an hour ago because of things that I've evolved from, grown learned change, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's right. Something else might happen while I have this mindset, which shows that that was also a mistake. You know, that there's more to it. There's more to uncover, reveal. There's more to the story than our own story, our own piece of the perspective of it. And it is helpful to see life as a grand adventure, a virtual reality game where we're leveling up, we're going through the levels, and we're all at different spots in the game. We're all playing different characters, and we're all got different limitations and obstacles to overcome, because we're sharing the same movie screen, but we have different obstacles, different limitations, different things that obstruct our leveling up because of everything that's part of it, our belief systems, other people, and they're all part of it. Everything's part of it. It's all merged. It's all entangled. And it's definitely easier to go through life thinking that we're all kind of innocent in this. You know, we've been placed in the cube. You know, none of us know exactly what we're doing here, what our purpose is. The only thing that makes sense is growth, or to actually, you know, make a difference, to help this reality be better. But you know, there's only a few things that actually make sense logically to our brain. But who knows how logic this life is? It might not, like how logical this life is. Because we don't know. You know, we might not have the mind power, the brain power, because we can't see the big picture. We don't know. So from our perspective, we've only got what we've got, and so given that we are disabled, we have come into this game with this perspective. So this is what we've been given. That's all we've got. We don't have the full picture, and so it makes more logical sense to someone who's going through this picture, and also from afar, but not so far that we can actually see the whole picture. So it makes more logical sense to go through life going, okay, well, we don't know, so since we don't know, and we can still try and find out, we can still be determined to make a breakthrough and try and figure this thing out, but we only have this given information, and with the information that we have, it's beneficial for us to go, okay, well, if our purpose here is to go through this life with these restrictions on the full scale picture, and that is this joyride, we can choose to see it as a prison, or we can see it as a grand adventure. And you know, either way, you're still going to have life showing you, you know, throwing rocks at you to help you grow, or because it's just a cunt and it just throws rocks at you. You know, there's two ways to look at it, and if you look at it in a perspective that helps you, then it becomes more of a joyride instead of a woe is me, life sucks. You look at it from a strategy point of view. You know, how do I strategize my character through this game to level up, to make the most of what I can learn from this game while I'm in it, or I can look at life going, it's not fair. And I think we tittle-tale over both of them, but there's only one that actually feels easier, and that is the one where we actually have some kind of free will and control over how we play the game. And that means accepting that life is working the way that it is in the cycles that it's going through, and that it is benefiting us, because only by seeing it as benefiting us does it take away the sting of that which happens that that we seem to have no control over. So that's all I've got to say, I think. That pretty much sums up what we're going through at the moment, what I'm noticing other people going through, what I'm going through, what, you know, the people I meet are going through. And yeah, if I see it all as a innocent exploration of what is possible while we're living in these physical bodies, in this material world, and that I see people as souls, you know, playing this game, that they're, you know, beyond the avatar that they're playing. They're here for the experience, they're here for the growth. And I don't want to, you know, my avatar, my character, to hurt others. I don't, you know, I want kindness, human kindness around the world. There's a lot of things that I want. I want, you know, all the dark kind of agendas to, you know, lay down their weapons and free humanity from the enslavement that we seem to be in. The enslavement of fear, the enslavement of disease, the enslavement of money, the enslavement of our bodies. Like, well, I'm going to work right now because I need the money, because I need all these other things that, you know, this control system. Whilst I want that, and whilst I will do probably whatever I can in my little, you know, movie screen that might actually, you know, make a difference, subtly, ripple effect, whatever, plant a seed, and it might flower somebody down the track that might actually be able to change this. I do not see, you know, having a temper tantrum about it, screaming in my spot, as doing any good. If it did, if I thought that that would work, I'd be there. Be there with me diapers, screaming away at what is wrong with the world. And I do. You know, you've seen it. Sometimes I do. But I do see it all connected, and that what I can do in my little movie screen is just be my authentic self, in my sincerity of, you know, being true of heart, pure of heart, and realizing that, you know, that there's no way to play this game as a perfect being. Because we don't have all the answers. We're trial by error, and just do the best we can and learn from our mistakes if we can. But it's a constant, ever evolving, changing, new journey, because every cycle is new. So our beliefs have to adapt to the newness that is arriving in every cycle that we go through, because nothing is the same. Like, nothing is the same. Even me having this conversation now, something will adjust in my head sometime this afternoon, and it was already changed something within me. But I do believe we need to be, you know, the only free way of going through this thing is accepting that life has these cycles and trying to get back to our authentic self. Because when we're being authentic, when we're not being fake, because fakeness is so, it's such a resistance, it doesn't feel like the right way to be. So if we're being authentic and then learning that some of the things that we have taken on, our masks, are not our authentic self, it takes a lot of unmasking, because of, you know, the first 7 years of, you know, character brainwashing, and the choices that we made from those first 7 years of downloading that which other people thought the world was about. So it's about you know, questioning everything and then undoing and learning again. And at least in my movie screen, that's what I'm doing. I'm allowing life to show me, and it is easier. And I think that's enough for a ramble. See ya.